Like in an instant, you've got a 4-man gank on somebody, basically.
Yeah. I'm feeling this TSM draft. I think they got the slight advantage here. To me, it comes down to Moon. I think he's like the centerpiece of this lineup.
Yes, yeah.
If he gets rolling, he's really gonna set them up well. But even if he doesn't, like, as long as he gets to mid game with some tanky items and he can start just rolling in, silencing some supports, silence a Morphling, set up for some global spells. Like, he's the guy who can drive this game, connect on the vision that he has for this draft. And like we always talk about, if Moon is in a good position to do that, that's usually a good sign for TSM. I think that's where this team wants to be.
Who do you think is that hero for Quincy crew? Is it the Zeus?
I think Zeus is definitely that late game powerhouse that their lineup's built around. You have like this Panda, Marcy, Wyvern who are designed to take the fights around this Zeus damage. And the fact that TSM's going to have to try and gap close this guy.
30 seconds to
The early game might be pretty dependent on Mojo trying to find some openings with this Marcy. Because no one else is really doing it. And we'll see how much Iwar can get done in Morph. He is a level 30 Morph. He does pride himself on this hero. I've seen him do some crazy stuff on it before. We could see some Earth Spirit steals. We could see some stolen healing wards.
Fight for the bounty runes.
the battle begins.
Tomato's going to join in. Mojo's going to try and grab it and then rebound out. He does not outclick Tomato, so TSM will actually get 3.
Decent start. Always glad to see it. The extra runes actually help these melee fours a lot. It kind of catapults them a little bit extra to, you know, another set of regen, faster earn, whatever it is. So, like already, you know, Moon's 200 gold ahead of Mojo on this melee form.
Yeah.
Pretty nice one.
Does feel like both the offlaners are in similar positions where I think they should be able to farm kind of okay, but I don't think they can really pressure the enemy carry too much. Certainly not this bottom lane. I don't think Brewmaster Marcy is going to be able to do much to Juggernaut.
Oh, and they agree with you, and Mojo's straight into the pulling the waves. We'll get Penitenced up here, and it'll take a bit of a beating.
Yeah, it's actually doing quite a lot of work.
Instant small camp D-ward by Dubu too. He's going to be happy about that one. Leslau's getting spun on. There's a Penitence here. Not much more. It's going to be a tough lane for him. This is not an easy lane for Brew with a melee 4.
Do you think he lets Mojo have solo experience for fast level 2?
That's usually what you do. I always think this kind of feels bad for the offlaner, unless this guy like guaranteed can get you a kill off it, and I don't think that's the case really. So we'll see what results. We'll see if Mojo can make something happen with it. You of course always have the mid gank option with Marcy. So far though, Bryle's been taking it to him. He's not low at all.
Yeah, it seems like, well, kind of similar to what was happening last time. The big difference is that Bryle used a lot of his spells early to harass the puck, and he got the first blood for it. And that gave him a fast bottle and a bunch of regen. I think he bought a stick as well, an early stick. So, seems Bryle does know the matchups pretty well for this mid Dawnbreaker.
Using that high damage, high armor, tanky Dawn.
I kind of like core Dawnbreaker more nowadays. The more that I've seen support Dawnbreaker and how it just kind of like runs out of mana versus the core Dawnbreaker who becomes such a great physical damage threat.
More reliable, yeah.
Yeah.
Support Dawn definitely has resource issues. You have to kind of like chain kill lanes in a way and just fairy regen. It's a bit awkward. So I tend to agree. I think mid or off lane even carries where this hero's designed to be. And the big question to me for this early game is there a point where this Furion can collapse on mid with an Earth Spear rotation and punish the Zeus? Because Bryle is, you know, he's shipping Quinn. And if Quinn ends up being half HP 3 minutes from now, there's some collapse potential with this lineup that can really do some damage.
Yeah, certainly. Even the Chen rotation, since he can leave Tomato alone in this bottom lane. Jump forward, Saberlight is going to be bailed out by Moonmander's roll. Yawar saw an opportunity to almost get the kill on the Nature's Prophet.
My thrift
Almost up to Morbid Mask. He's going to be pretty happy after that one. And again, I don't see the TSM lineup designed to... They don't want to stay up here forever, you know?
Yeah.
The idea of this Furion versus Morph is this Furion gets to free farm and get his levels, get his items, and then it's a question of what you do on the map with that. It's not necessarily about just running into the brick wall that is Morphling. So, if they can find the punish on one of these other side lanes, that's like the big play that might really build some momentum.
Dubu is going to be run down. That's going to be your first blood. Tossed back with the Dispose to finish him off. And Quinn actually just got a huge exchange there. He pushed out the lane and then went for the bounty rune and came back for the 4-minute water runes. And Brown very smartly contested him for it, but he didn't actually outclick Quinn, and Quinn ended up getting both water runes. So I feel like this actually saved the lane for him quite a bit. Put him in a nice driver's seat.
Brown should have practiced the patented Eternal Envy double hand click maneuver.
Should have. Envy would have gotten those.
Yeah, he would have. He would have gotten all 4 somehow.
Well, Dubu TP's back. Leslau just continues to... I mean, they're just chain pulling. They are pretty much not... They're content to not fight Tomato in the lane ever.
Let's give him free farm, and he's got the Midas queued. So this is probably going to be a pretty fat juggernaut this game. Mojo did make a little bit happen, and now TPing top. Trying to boost his morph.
TP out.
He actually lived?
Okay, they get the Thunder God's Wrath.
He was going to live there.
Yeah, he was.
was
I mean, I
pretty
thought
awkward.
that Dispose. Can you not Dispose through Sprout? Is the distance too small without Aetherians?
I don't think you guarantee get it. I think he was also like pushed off to the side pretty far, and no Quelling Blades on any of these heroes either.
Yeah, that part's a little awkward. Six-minute power runes. You know it's important. It's 2 North American teams matching up against each other, and Quincy crew have certainly brought more heroes to this one. Double damage is going to be found Fada. Fortunately for him, was contested by an Earth Spirit, but it didn't spawn there.
You know Brow would have liked that DD rune on
yeah.
a Dawnbreaker. I'll have to give it up. He gets a small camp block too. Early aggressive ward by Mojo, so Quincy's looking to make some stuff happen here off the back of this Marcy. Potentially another Zeus ult at 60. I could even see them using this Brew ult mid, because I think it's going to be pretty hard to pressure this Jug, but if you get if you get the 6 on Brew, which after this wave you might be close to, like you run a mid, take a fighter on your Zeus Brew Marcy on this Dawn, then the Dawn can't ult in to counter initiate. That seems like the best plan to me.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, it's kind of like how you, against IO lineups, you like try and smoke gank the IO +1 specifically, because going the other way around, you kind of counterintuitive. Nice Dispose out of the Dawnbreaker ultimate. That was beautiful, and now they can go for a turnaround. Moon Meander is not going to be able to roll away, that's for certain. So that kill, MSS even tipping Moon Meander, knowing that he just completely counteracted that entire move from TSM.
That was beautiful from Mojo. Absolutely bails Quinn out of that engagement. He was dead 100%. Turns around a Dawn ult, turns around a Furion port. Kills the Earth Spirit on the backside.
Awkward. Tomato. He already used his spin. Omni Slash is going to be used, but there is a creep wave up, and they'll just turn around and kill the Juggernaut as soon as he goes back down.
Didn't even need the Brew ult. Sure, he got the tower. That's a huge kill to throw Leslau's way. In a situation where he was not even remotely close to probably getting it. Some big plays coming out in this early game from Quincy. And anytime you can do this versus an offlane Furion, you're going to be super happy with it.
Middle tower is under attack.
Well, the Nature's Prophet does just now get Wrath of Nature, so those global rotations are going to be a lot more effective than they were previously.
Not for you.
This is the period where TSM's going to look to collapse on these towers and abuse this Jug Furion Chen. early objective taking power. Quincy does not want to get caught in these like bad numbers fights or the the TP in 1-by-1 scenario. On top of that, haste on Dawnbreaker.
Oh, what
He's
a
just fighting
swing.
them all.
Ryle throws out the hammer through both the supports here. Saberlight's going to join him here with Moon Meander actually catching MSS, who's trying to get away. Rebound to the other side. MSS does get out. Bryle, never mind. He's
Dire's
hasted.
top tower is under attack.
Oh,
Not yet.
how good are your jukes?
He jukes
Pretty
back
good.
into the tier 2. Roll in from Moon Meander. Actually hits Yawar instead, and the hammer comes out. Finally finishes off Mojo.
Lazile TP top, Brule.
They have the stun.
One
Saberlight.
Saberlight.
He's going to have his TP canceled, so he is surely dead. Tomato, nice TP from him. He spun, but he didn't go for a panic TP home. He went bottom lane, so.
That was very nice for him.
They have Vision of Quinn, but they don't have the Nature's Prophet up. They're going to have to use the Dawnbreaker ultimate, but I don't think you can do that against the Heavenly Jump Zeus.
It's a hard one. Maybe you slow him
You're going to
like
try.
off the back of the old.
The silence is
enough.
there, but he still has a Heavenly Jump. Gets over the trees, in fact, so he's well far away. But Saberlight
Wow.
is able to complete the TP, and now Bryle can close that distance. So they do ultimately get the Zeus. Dubu's going to be run down by Yawar. A very active Morphling so far this game, and it's doing a lot of work for him. Turns into
Feels
the
gone.
Dawnbreaker, uses that hammer, puts it to work to chase down Saberlight. They'll get a second kill for this one.
Yawar is owning this game. Joined all the fights 3-0 and 2. Making sure they don't fall too far behind, and in fact, they're pulling ahead versus this Furion Jug. Type of lineup designed to be able to take these early fights around the towers, and Quincy's just bringing everybody. No slouching this game, nobody off the hook. Everybody on deck.
Determined not to be outnumbered. Does that mean TSM needs to put a little bit more focus on pressuring the side lanes to force Quincy crew up? I mean, because surely you just can't 5-man all the time with this Quincy crew.
That's one way to do it. Try and like get, as soon as they mess up 1 or 2 TPs and you back off, then you'll create an opening somewhere else. Especially with the global presence they have. I think some of these Dawn ults have just had issue connecting.
Yeah.
Like the one mid, he got Dispose saved. The one in the river, he walked it off. Here's another Invis rune that
Radiant's middle
Lazile
tower
just
is
walks
under
off.
attack.
Ryle's made a lot of attempts to make stuff happen that hasn't really
Dire's
panned out
top
for him that
tower
well.
is under attack.
That's kind of what's just slowing down the game.
Radiant's bottom
That
tower
said,
is under
it's still
attack.
a very even game. Quincy's just making some decent moves to not fall very far behind versus a fast tempo lineup.
Almost got the deny on that tower. Moon Meander does jump onto Yawar in the bottom lane, but already gone off the
There's
string.
no teleport. Yeah, he's walking it off.
Yeah, he was hoping that he would catch him with the silence before he gets off the strength morph, because without a Spirit Vessel, there's no way you kill a Morphling while he's strength morphing.
Oh. That is another difference between Earth Spirit and Tiny is this guy can buy Vessel, which is pretty nice in some games.
Yeah.
And that's definitely not why they picked it there, but it's gonna be pretty nice versus the Embrace and this Morphling trying to morph up and down.
Oh, the
Huge
Arcane
rune
Root
bait.
grabbed by Quinn, a Winter's Curse, allowing him to be able to reset and go for the Brewmaster ultimate. So both of these heroes are probably forfeit, and maybe even a little bit more. He does have the spin on the way down, but can they just catch up to him? Can they just right-click him down? It's close, but Tamano does live with a solid 200 HP.
The seeds of
Radiant
fortune.
structures are fortified.
Worlds expended, well worth it. And these runes are like death traps, man. You gotta be
Dire's
careful
bottom
what you're
tower
going
is
for.
under
And
attack.
once more, Quincy bring
Radiant's
5 to the
middle tower
fight.
is under attack.
Yeah, TSM thought they were baiting Quinn. Turns out it was the other way around.
TSM is not happy about getting outnumbered in these skirmishes. I can tell you that. Like their lineup is designed to be the one outnumbering Quincy. Instead, this super active Morphling, super active offlane Brew, just joining everything around their Zeus. Making it work for him. Creeps being sent mid. Nice rolling.
It is going to be a really nice connection. Bada. He's definitely dead, as is the mid tower. there for this. Now, Bryle is being run down by Leslau. I don't think anything's really going to come of this. Or maybe it will. The Marcy's here. Bryle can't TP out. He is pretty hard to kill. He's very tanky, but in a 2v1, Moon Meander is on his way, though. They know it, too. They actually see him coming, and they're just going to TP.
Yeah, he was fighting him pretty well. Alright, well, the tier 1s are down. The map has been opened up for TSM. Now it's a issue of excavating it. They have the Midas Jug, they have the Orchid Furion. Dawn working her way towards Deso. Top of the leaderboard, still this Yawar Morphling. This is a period where Quincy has to play it really smart. Can't feed away too many kills because, again, the outnumbering is going to punish you really hard with this Earth Spirit, and the early Roshan is on the menu.
Fada's not having the same kind of fun game he was having last game. Game 2, as Winter Wyvern was a decisive and impactful force around the map. Kept showing up. Every curse led into a good fight, a good pick-off. Here, he's just being food for Moon Meander.
Moon's had his number this one. I'm telling you, this Moon guy, he sees something and he's like, yo, this was a problem. I'ma handle it. And
He's like a dog with a bone, he just won't let it go. He just focuses all in on it.
Yeah, he just takes it to him. It's like the first series they played. You remember Fada Phoenix was just farming it up? And then he just picked that Nyx. He's like, nah, no more, sir. No more. He just hunted him the whole game. I feel like that's what's happening here. Oh, you had a good Wyvern game, sir? Oh, it'd be a shame if someone rolled on your ass 20 times, you know?
And it's all the more impressive that he is correctly identifying what the winning factors are. Because it does, like, it's not like he's just shutting down Fada and that alone is happening. It seems to kind of put Quincy crew off of their pace. Not in this situation, though. Moon Meander bites off a little bit more than he could chew.
Casualties for the cause. You know, he dragged him up here. He's making some space. But like you said, I mean, these TSM supports they're decent pace ahead of Fada. Fada's having a rough game. He's not going to have this super farmed 5 we're used to seeing for them. He's going to have to catch up later.
But what do you use that advantage for? Like, what is the moment that we're going to see the impact of a little bit more net worth and a slowed down Wyvern? Is it like Roshan?
Probably it's some collapse fight they get into the early Roshan with Penitence. You know, this Jug, Maelstrom. Again, this is Orchid Furion, so he wants to use it, wants to find this morph ideally. Might find
but he catches
no Manta up.
A big catch. The roll-in isn't quite long enough, but they can chain the silences. They do it pretty nicely, and Yawar is dead. The Dawnbreaker, just to make sure that the big carry of Quincy crew goes down. A curse that does actually catch the big treants here.
There's a Chen heal and mech, though.
Once again, they're going to go for the Brewmaster Ultimate on top of this one and just all in, focus on Saberlight. Should be able to get this kill, but MSS, okay, never mind. He's bailed out by the Cold Embrace. Moon Meander still going ham in the back lines, though. Got a really nice ultimate in, and now he's going to try and roll himself away. Dubu did eventually kill MSS, and Moon Meander is free and clear. He's out.
TSM's going to be happy anytime they take this morph down. He does have Manta on cooldown. Saw the illusions elsewhere. Frees up that Orchid use. I think Quinn might have died that fight too if he didn't have a haste rune. Which, you know, I mean, it's Quinn, so you got to expect that. And nice heals coming out from Dubu, just not enough to fight through the Zeus damage. Did keep Saberlight alive for a decent amount of time. That's going to be Brew ult down, Zeus ult down. I think if the Roche was a little faster, if they had this Deso up, they might have just done it here. Oh, he's not even going Deso, just rushing the BKB.
Yeah, he was definitely going Deso earlier, but it seems he's changed it up. It's probably just a timing thing, right? Like, you're now looking at a Zeus shard. You really need BKB as a strength hero.
Yeah, probably a feel in the game type thing. If he was snowballing more, he might have been able to get away with it. Just feels he's going to have enough damage. He just wants to tank up.
Catching Saberlight, Moon Meander tries to create the opening for him to TP out. It does not work. In fact, he gets himself killed too.
Save your buddy syndrome. Sometimes it's better to just let him go. Did get Wyvern ult in...
Dire's top tower
I guess just Wyvern ult out of it, huh?
Yeah, that was it.
Yes, bounty.
Double damage, maybe something to use to keep forcing fights, or maybe to take mid tower.
I mean, this is a powerful rune. They get a fight or a couple kills here. It's a tower or Roche. Morph will shred Roche with the DD. And that's Quinn's bottle. So that's a valuable bottle, you know. Make good use of it, sir.
Yeah, better.
Quinn even went 4-staff this game, which I think is... It's pretty rare we see it on Zeus this early.
It's
Just trying to stay alive.
very valuable 4-staff game, though, right? Earth Spirit, Dawnbreaker,
Yeah.
and Furion. I mean, between Heavenly Jump and having a 4-staff, they're going to have a tough time catching him.
It's going to pay off in the long term for sure. We'll push some damage back, and Quincy want to contest this Roche. DD Morphling.
Smoke breaks, Tomato tries to get out of the pit. The Orchid up the Brewmaster to make sure he can't get off his ultimate. The roll in from Moonmeander does manage to nail the Zeus. Bryle on top of him, but he jumps away. It could have been a very good opening, but now it's going to be Moonmeander dying to the double damage of Yawar. With Roshan at half HP and another casualty of war coming soon. Dubu going to be run down as well. Quincy Crew, maybe even a little bit more. A curse used onto the Juggernaut. Does he have spin? He has spin. He has Omni Slash, but he is chain stunned. Quincy Crew. Great rotation into the Roshan pit that will now give them the Aegis.
I mean, that was a pretty influential double damage rune, I must say.
Yeah.
And it just shreds that fight. I think when TSM saw it, they didn't even want to take it, and this Brewal's causing them problems too. They do not have the damage for it at this point in time. He has the Ags up. Didn't even have double ult for that fight, just the one is... Felt like when that ult went off, Earth Spirit's just dead and the fight's over. You can keep healing your team. At some point, you're going to have to deal the damage back.
Grabs the
Another
haste rune,
contest.
4-staff forward to make sure he gets it. It also means Fada is going to lose his life.
Nobody can say Fada hasn't made the proper sacrifice this game. He is throwing his body on the line.
Oh, a flash kill? No, saved.
Heals.
Bailed out by the Chen. The Dawnbreaker ultimate coming through as well. The roll on out doesn't actually nail anything, and Quinn is able to kind of keep going. He needs all the mobility in the world to stay ahead of TSM, and he does use it well.
Moon, he's good at playing super aggressive and baiting when he knows enemy does not have the rebuttal.
Oh, Yawar. He didn't get off the adaptive strike. I guess
Yeah,
he
little-
did not get vision. I mean,
Might have lost it for the brief second. I don't know.
yeah.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
We'll give him benefit of the doubt, you know. We'll give him some benefit of the doubt.
Bryle is going to be forced to use his BKB here. Meanwhile, Yawar is going to keep it going. You could see all that experience of him playing so many Morphling games is paying off. He seems to have a very solid read of how active he can be in this game.
This is a strong hero in games where you can't just insta-disable him. He's definitely feeling himself. 7-1-4. It's probably the best game of him we've seen in the series. Putting in work. Joined all the early fights. Big DD rune, won on the Roche fight. Taking towers. He is asserting himself on this game,
Radiant structures are
which is how you want to see this hero be played.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Very nice, you know. Taking a little Morphling out of TSM's book, who usually are the ones to be playing it.
Yeah, Tomato is a legendary Morphling player himself. The Scotty almost done. I mean, the net worth is even. Do you feel like the game itself is even? Because Dota Plus certainly doesn't.
I do think TSM is going to hit a decent period in this next 10 minutes in terms of their scale coming online. You got to remember, this is a Orchid right-click Furion. They're going to have the Vessel on this Moonmeander, and
The Dispose
Quinn's
save,
just-
the Cold Embrace
yeah.
as well. They do have some
Boy.
magic damage. A great curse, though, catching all
man.
three. Quinn is out. Quinn is away. Yawar actually turning into the Dawnbreaker with a really nice Starbreaker play. All three of them might die. Moon is able to roll through the pandas, but Mojo and the other pandas are able to catch him either way.
what an absolute disaster, and what a turnaround off this curse. I'm telling you, this Wyvern hero is destroying this series right now.
Yep.
Even though Moon did a decent job shutting down his net worth, he's still making plays.
Radiant's middle tower is
Look
under
at Lezo
attack.
just playing around with Tomato. Says, go ahead, Omni Slash me. I'm just going to pop my ultimate if you do. Tomato, I'm not sure what compelled him to pull the trigger on that one.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Now, Wells is happy to make that trade.
Yeah, seriously.
Even mentally, that probably feels like a win, you
Radiant's
know?
middle tower is under attack.
Hey, what's this kid doing? He's omni-slashing me, guys. He's mad.
Quinn setting up on Saberlight.
Dire's top tower is
Orchid
under
comes
Saberlight.
out. He's got an
Setting up on
E-Blade
Quinn.
and a Force Staff. He's got so many options. Gets the vision, makes sure that Saberlight can't actually TP out. But Saberlight, I mean, he kind of needs a BKB TP out if he wants to get away. Maybe he doesn't need to, though. His team's joining him.
Treants.
Nature's
He wants to kill
Wrath
Quinn.
does, but not going to be able to catch him. Once again, feels like too much mobility for this Dawnbreaker. Really just not the same kind of performance from Bryle. Where last time he was winning so hard, he went a fast Esso.
Can't catch anything in this game.
Nope.
That's the power of Zeus, man. This hero's hard to get on top of. Early Force Staff. There's Embrace and Curse to bail out the extension. Even a Dispose like we saw earlier. He's not interacting with the Brule yet. Morphling with Waveform. Who do you go on here? It's pretty tough.
Yeah. Yuar's timing of the Scotty is well ahead of the Juggernauts. In fact, he may even be able to get a Satanic before the Juggernaut completes his Scotty.
This Scotty's really strong this game in terms of dealing with all the healing that's coming out and slowing this Jug or Dawnbreaker. Once he just starts hitting you, TSM's gonna feel it. Another problem TSM has in this game is they don't really have a way to just go on this brew and kill him to start the fight, which is generally the best way to deal with this hero. He's just too much HP. Like, you have this Earth Spirit Silence. It's kind of it, though. Oh, Quinn.
Puts himself in an awkward position, but
Age
again,
match.
the Force Staff keeps on paying off. He puts himself in a corner and does manage to get out. Saberlight's going to be found too. Didn't pop the BKB on his TP, and he will pay the ultimate price for that.
Man, this Zeus is the ultimate Jibei hero, man. You just think you can kill him because it's Zeus, you know, in your brain you're thinking it's just a little Zeus, and then suddenly he leaps away, suddenly he forces away, suddenly there's an E-Blade, and you're dead. It's the story of this hero for me.
Sounds like Quincy crew got their hands on a couple of the heroes of this qualifiers, the Zeus and the Winter Wyvern. Both of them paying off some pretty big dividends. In fact, there's going to be some even bigger ones in the future. Fada has a Blink Dagger now.
Radiant's bottom tower has
They're powerful heroes. They're also playing well around them. You know, they're designing the drafts to
Radiant's
make sure these
middle
heroes have what they
tower
need
is
around
under
them
attack.
to excel, and TSM's trying to answer it, just hasn't connected. I think a lot of these connections, if they worked out for them, we're looking at a very different game. Quincy was just ready.
Radiant's bottom
They kind of
tower
knew what
is
TSM
under
wanted to do,
attack.
and they're just bringing the extra numbers to every engagement.
Seems
Very
similar
active
to
game
the
from them.
story of Game 2, where it's like they just didn't execute quite well enough in those
Radiant's
early
bottom tower is
engagements, and
under
now things have just gone against them so heavily. Saberlight, I mean, he's just getting baited by Fada. War collects the kill.
Yeah. They're in a rough spot now. They're still farming. They still have this Midas Jug he's got up to his Scotty. Does a decent amount of damage. Just not that easy for him to deal the damage.
Radiant's
E-Blade
top
Zeus, who
tower
he
is
can't
under
really get
attack.
on. This Morphling's happy to man fight him. There's an Embrace and Curse always looming in the wings. Not to mention BKB on Leslao. You're never bursting him again, and that means 2 Brewals you're going to have to deal with. Level 3. It's a lot to cut through here for this TSM lineup that pretty much has double Orchid, double BKB on the Dawn Furion, and outside of Tomato, that's it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Gonna be
the
one hell of an
Orchids.
Orchid.
I'm just not sure these Orchids are really ever going to pay off. Not with the Force Staffs and E-Blades in play. Winner's Curse, that's going to be a short one. No neutrals around. They are going to be able to get the
Wasn't what he
dispels
was
to stop
looking for.
Moon Meander. Fada's going to die at the same time, so support's being traded out. You are also got the Chen. Brown, Tomato are on the run here on the right-hand side.
Scanning.
And should be fine.
Yours rolling this game.
Dire's bottom tower
No comment
is
for that
under
one, huh?
attack.
Yuar's a roll in this game. Did he turn into the Earth Spirit or what?
All right. I give up, man. I give up. There's just no pleasing this guy. You make a good pun, he ignores it. You make a bad one, he says it's
No, I'm
terrible.
kind of serious. Whoa, are you? Did he turn into the Earth Spirit? I didn't see.
Yeah, man, he was rolling all over.
Okay. I mean, I didn't see that part.
Oh, of course not. Of course. It's
I thought
always
maybe you were
convenient.
referencing rolling waves. You know, that was where my mind went to.
Oh, you're thinking. I mean, I'll take it. You know, I appreciate you were thinking a little too far ahead for me, but
Hey, shard time. Hey,
he gets it.
does the Morphling get it? We've seen this a couple times. We just talked about this before, right?
Dire's bottom tower is under
What
attack.
wasn't it like an offlane Morphling or something that was win shard?
I don't know about that one. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Oh, maybe it was a match I was watching by myself.
I mean, it does increase the stun duration, so your base stun is better and you get more of them. It's a solid shard, I think.
TSM are very hesitant about using their BKBs, but it does mean they kill. I guess if Fada was around, doesn't make sense to try and BKB.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Penance.
This Wyvern, you can close out the map decently well for them here, and TSM struggling to find an answer to the
All right.
Quincy course. Here's the smoke.
An aggressive move by them. Feels like one of the first ones in a while where they've included Tomato. He's got the Ayascati.
He's scouting everything.
They see Quinn, the roll. Ooh, what a quick reaction. The heavenly jump gets him away from the roll hit. He still is inside the sprout, but that's what the Force Staff is for. Moon Manor
again?
still gets on top of him, kicks him backwards as well. The E-Blade,
E-Blade,
a
though.
heavenly jump as well.
Missed.
Oh, right in front of his nose. Moon Meander misses just by the skin of his teeth, and unfortunately that means this is a bad engagement for them all around. Try and get as many heroes out, perhaps.
Radiant's middle tower is
Fada's coming back in. They Force Staffed in.
Quincy.
Yeah, Fada, he's going to try and fly away, but he's not actually going to make it out.
Yawar's taking mid, but he can't get here. No
Radiant
TP.
structures are fortified.
Keep going, but
Another
Leslav
Panda
does have that
Radiant's
BKB,
middle
so he's
tower
able to
is
get
under
away.
attack.
Tier 3 is going to be falling soon. TSM
Radiant's
FTX, no
middle tower
cares.
is falling.
They're going to come back now, but damage is already done.
I do feel like that's a trade you're happy to make if you get a good team fight out of it. So I
Kill
think
the
them looking
Zeus.
for that is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that Zeus kill, man. This hero is... Quinn is slippery this game, man. Like, Moon has to hit 3 consecutive rolls. I think one of those was blind, maybe. Not easy. Can't even fault them there.
Yeah, pretty rough.
Tough fight.
I thought that fight was over when they missed the kill on the Zeus, and then I saw Leslo get his ultimate off. I was like, oh dear. But you are not even in that engagement, so...
That is the one thing TSM can look for. Like, if the Morphling is not there. The Morphling is the majority of Quincy's damage
Yeah.
if they're going on the Zeus. The Brew is not the main damage. You know, the Brew's annoying. They have the heals and sustain to fight through his ult, though. It's a lot about this Morph and a lot about Zeus.
Nimbus trying to stop Moon Meander from rolling away. They spot him with the Thunder God's Wrath. He's going to silence, roll out again. Moon Meander's pretty slippery with this Earth Spirit. Honestly, he does a great job with it, but he will eventually get caught. There are too many heroes in too many places. And looks like you are also managed to run down the Chen again. They're mass heaping to the other side of the map because Yuar has that Aegis, so he's going to force him away. There goes that shard to work, and he does indeed shred the Dawnbreaker.
This guy's got a basher. You ain't keeping away from him now.
And Mojo actually went for the shard rebound, so
Radiant's middle
more and more
barracks
people
are under
opting to
attack.
get this.
I mean, it can save his Zeus as well, right? So, makes perfect sense here.
Oh yeah, that's a great point.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen.
All right, well, the Quincy crew might just be ending the game here.
Radiant's middle barracks are
Dawnbreaker does have a buyback. Oh, no, 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 no. That really is them potentially ending the game. Before, it was
That
just
might
a
just
setup.
be it.
Dawnbreaker could have bought back for a full 5-on-5, but now without a Juggernaut.
There's no way you're fighting this Morphling. He still has Aegis, he has Satanic. The splits can just end the throne themselves. Sprout for your life, I guess.
You just keep on sprouting the throne over and over again. That's their only option. It's going to die so fast, too.
Oh, he got lifted.
They got to get outside of the base now. They try and roll in. They hit Yawar. It does a decent work, but look at him turn around and just beat into Moon Meander. They do have another round of the Brewmaster split, so just the Earth Panda by itself is going to end this game. Yawar having some fun, getting some kills at the end of this. But it is Quincy crew. We're going to be taking a lead in this best of 5, 2-1 now.
Very solid game from them. They understood this Zeus Wyvern opening. Very powerful opening in my opinion, and ESM just not getting that early game they wanted. Again, this is another kind of lineup they want to build on.